All right, what's up, everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and we are going to be unboxing the latest BattleBox and having some conversation with you guys about BattleBox subscription boxes, things like that. So I think this is actually probably my first live stream I've done via YouTube. I've done a lot over on Facebook. Daniel McDonald, good morning. Good morning. Hello to you. Thanks for joining us. Let's see here. Let me just update something. First and only person on. Yes, Daniel, you are the first person. So looks like we got 10 people now. A bunch of other people are signing on. Preacher Boy, Ron P, what's up? Azrael, top of the evening. As you guys comment, let me know where you're watching from. I'm always interested to see who around the world is watching our videos. You know, just kind of check that out. So I want to talk about BattleBox. We're going to unbox the latest mission, which is right here, BattleBox. And how much do the boxes cost? Okay, first thing. So for BattleBox, you're looking at $24.99, $49.99, $99.99, and then it's going to be $149.99. So those are the different levels. Got some people from, let's see, Canada, Alabama. That says Canada, yeah. Cambodia, West Virginia, formerly Fort Wayne, Indiana. So thanks to you guys for watching on. Hey, hit me with some thumbs up too, just so that I think that helps YouTube know that people are watching this video, they're engaged and such. Can I say your name? Chance Arndt, I think it is. Chance, hey, thanks for signing on. Bushcraft Zombie, what's up? We got California represented, New Mexico, Deuce Bubser, or Boobser, I think it's Bubser probably. Preacher Boy, North Cali. So yeah, it's cool. We got representation from South, out West. I'm in New Hampshire, as you guys probably know. Let me just jump into the unboxing process. So if you haven't seen it before, let me just put it up right here on the camera. That's what it looks like. And the way BattleBox works is that they give you the different items at the different levels. And then on the back, it gives you kind of a situation. Sit rep. So like here's how you would use these things, how you'd apply these things. So the theme for this year, as you can see where my finger is down there, new year, new gear. So they're talking about, new gear that that we're checking out. So again, if you're not familiar with BattleBox, you pay $24.99, and then the value of what you're getting is worth more than that. So the value at the basic level, you're paying $24.99. You're getting a value of $60.75. At the advanced level, you're paying $49.99. You're getting a value of $102.73. $99.99 to $172.72. And at the Pro Plus level, you're paying basically $150, and you're getting a $292 value. So that's kind of how it works. Looks like Wood Knock Survival got his. I'll be interested to see what you think about, or as we chat about the different items that they're giving us. So let's jump right into it. So we have the first item is the Gonzo Auto knife. So let me grab that out of the box here. So that's Gonzo. Hey, leave some thoughts on this. I've checked out some of this gear a little bit. Gonzo's kind of interesting to me because I got contacted by them to do some reviews, but I never really pursued it because a lot of Gonzo's knives were just like one-to-one clones as far as looks for Benchmade, and I really like Benchmade. They're a USA-made company, so I just wasn't kind of jiving with working, doing reviews when a knife looks exactly like, say, the Benchmade Bedlam or something like that. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think about Gonzo. Can people FaceTime you? I'm just looking at the comments here. This is as good as we're getting tonight, Chance. I think this is what we're going to have. So here's the Gonzo knife, so you can see what that looks like. It is an auto, so there's the button for deployment. Press it and release. Not a really hard snap coming out there. Reminds me of the Gerber Auto 06. A little bit slow. So there's your first item. Nice looking knife, though, I will tell you that. So it's 440C. Yep. And if you can see on the back there, that kind of eagle face is the Gonzo logo. Evening from Chicago. Hey, Jake Holmes one. Good to see you joining us here. I love the Gonzo knife. Have a few. Okay, Eugene, Monica. And Eugene, I know you from Facebook too, so thanks for signing out here. It's a good looking knife, though. I got to tell you that. So they're saying the value for this one is $24.20. That's your first item. The next one is the Boss Mini Fire Kit, which is this. And this is kind of cool. I'm not going to open this one up because I'm going to save this for an emergency bag. But Brazil, what's up, Brazil? Hey, thanks for joining on here. So this is the second item. This is the Boss Mini Fire Kit, and then it says as a ferro rod and striker, a pocket Fresnel lens, 6 magnesium capsules, 4 pieces of char cloth, fatwood sticks, pencil sharpener, and 6 tinder tabs. And this is the back. So that's all the gear in there. This is great. It's all sealed up, ready to go. Boom, throw it into an emergency bag, and now you have a fire starting kit, or your emergency kit for camping. That's great. That's awesome. So liking that. That's a cool item. Backpacker's Pantry chicken piccata. Got a bunch of these different ones. Backpacker's Pantry. It's good chow. It's good chow. If you've ever bought these individually, leave a comment here. Tell me how much these cost. Basically on an individual basis. I'm looking over here. My phone's blown up. Side note, but I'm going to SHOT Show, I guess in like 10 days ish, and there's a chance I'm going to go to a release of some products from Leatherman. So I've been emailing with their rep over there, so I'll probably be going to that. So that'll be cool. So yeah, if you could give me the cost for these individually, if you've ever bought these individually. I'm just looking at the comments here. South Carolina, Maine, representing. Yeah. So yeah, if you know the cost of these individually, let me know, because just ordered. Oh no, NanoStriker XL. Dwayne McKenzie. Dwayne, are you saying $3 to $7 for these things? I think we were saying, yeah, $3 to $7. So yeah, I mean, you're not spending a ton of money, and it's a good meal. There's 2 servings in a packet, and it's 280 calories. So you're getting around 600 calories when you eat one of these whole things. I don't think I've ever shared one of these with somebody. Just they get their own and I get my own, and we eat, and it's good to go. So Tijuana, Brazil, South Carolina, cool. All right, so that's our third item, and then the last one is the Prepper's Pocket Companion. Let's see that. That's this right here. Yeah. How to prepare for the end of the world as we know it. Now that sounds a bit extreme to me. So that's right there. You guys may know this about me, but I don't consider myself a prepper. I consider myself someone who's being prepared for the likely events, which are in my area: snowstorms, ice storms, maybe a hurricane, losing power, and then everyday life stuff, car accidents, coming across a bad situation on in a car, people broken down, that type of stuff. I'm not a prepper, like I don't have a bunker in my backyard, that type of thing. So when I see the word prepper, I'm always like, what do they mean? I think it's good to be prepared for things, but as I'm looking at it, I'm kind of like that, maybe a little bit on the extreme from what I'm thinking about. But one thing I can tell you as I open it up, it has a place for notes, which is good. It has some information on food and such, and it does have quite a few pictures, which is good. Just because, when someone's like, hey, this is a great item, you should buy it. And you're like, what is that thing? And they see a picture, like, oh, that's what that thing is. So I'll have to dig into this a little bit more. Chance, I see that you recommend Mountain House. That's what I was trying to remember. Backpacker's Pantry. I don't know if I've actually eaten Backpacker's Pantry brand. I'm almost always eating Mountain House instead. So anyhow, the Prepper's Pocket Companion. That's the fourth item. So the total there is $60.75, and you're only paying $24.99. So that's at our basic level. Let's go up to the next level advanced. We have the goinggear.com hot cold vacuum insulated trail thermos. It's from Going Gear. I used to work with those guys in the past. Just haven't partnered with them much recently. But nice thermos. Let me open this guy up here. So there's your cup. And then I think it's a pour spout here. Yeah, let me open this up though. So, and then there's a little strap down in the bottom there. How does the handle detach on the thermos? Let me just see who else is here. Mountain House, thanks. Pocket, from Texas. What's up, Texas? How does the handle detach? I don't know if the handle does detach. I don't know if it's supposed to. I think it just flattens out like this. And then when you pull it up, it's like that, which is a little bit silly because it moves, about an inch. But anyhow, that's your first item. Value for this is $22.99. Put that over here. And then you have the Stat Tourniquet, which is kind of interesting. It's a tourniquet, but it's made out of something. The material feels similar to like a zip tie. So again, I've got tourniquets in all my med kits, my ankle kit, those types of things. So great to have a tourniquet. The value for this one, let's see, $18.99. A tourniquet is not a cheap thing to buy, whether you buy rats or other kinds, but this is a great item to have. Kanzi says, I have minimal experience with tourniquets. Yeah, me too. But do a little research, do a little reading. You'll see, like a chest seal versus a tourniquet, how you should differentiate between using a seal versus this. So yeah, I'm by no means an expert. I always recommend Skinny Medic. He does great videos, has great information on YouTube. And then also, used to be Wild Hedgehog Tactical, but now it's Live the Creed, LTC. And they make great kits, and they're all about first aid stuff. So that's our second item and our last item at the advanced level. So let me just check out some of the comments here. So we got Ontario, North Canada, Canada again. That's Raymond. Yeah, you definitely can't boil in a vacuum sealed container. I was thinking to myself the other day, if you poked a hole in the vacuum seal carefully, you'd let air in, but I think it would still be dangerous. You'd have to have a pretty big hole and still use this to boil. So this is definitely for transporting things to keep them hot or cold, but not to cook with. So is the stats a release or cut off? Let's see. Says single use only. It looks like it's a release based on this thing right here. It looks like basically a massive version of like a zip tie, which there's a little tab you can use it to release. Yo, Yemen represented. Buffalo, New York. Cool. All right. You need tool holes for air release and a two-hole thermos, but you lose a lot of heating properties. Yeah. I'm just wondering if you had a bad situation, you had a thermos, could you use it to heat? To cook stuff over the fire, you have to punch a couple holes in. But so yeah, so that's the next level. Then at the third level, we have the Midland 32-mile range two-way radios. Okay, this is a little bit funny because so a lot of you guys know I'm a pastor full-time, and our kids ministry coordinator, she's on my staff, and they have walkie-talkies so that if two teachers are in a room with a group of kids and one of the teachers has to leave, she can radio somebody, say, hey, come down here and hang out with the kids while I go use the restroom or something. So I let my kids use the walkie-talkies the other day, and they love walkie-talkies. And they were like, hey, can we have some? I had some old ones, but they're not working. So I'm probably going to find them another pair, and these are going to be mine dedicated to emergency stuff. But these are Midland. They say 32 miles. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you think about these, because 32 miles, I tend to find, like with these types of radios, it's like 32 miles when it's flat, nothing in the way. You're in the middle of a flat area in the desert, as opposed to like where I'm living, there's mountains and trees and all kinds of stuff around. So let me hear your thoughts about these things, like if you've used these, and what the real range is, what the realistic range is. They're saying the price point for this is $70. I think this is a great investment. It's not around the theme of like bug out or communication, just new year, new gear. But that's a cool item to have. And that's it. At the pro level, they're saying you're going to pay for all the gear I showed you so far, and this you're going to pay $99, and your value already is $172. So let's see. They work for 32 miles with no trees, no terrain, no issues on my 220 acres. Okay, so thanks P. Morris for sharing that. Those are fun to work with. We don't go more than 10 miles apart with these handheld talkies, depending on the terrain. Yep. Let's see. Dustin just asked, do you still recommend the Exotech NanoStriker XL? Absolutely. If I had my keys here, I'd show you. I carry a NanoStriker XL as an everyday carry item. So every single day it's with me on my keychain. Let's see here. Nico115 says, I feel like these boxes are a lot like jewelry insurance. Sure, your jewelry may appraise for $1,000, but you really paid maybe $100. Yeah, we're going to talk about boxes at the end, just to kind of bounce some stuff back and forth. I've considered getting the battle box, and I wasn't sure if they're worth it. Yeah, you'd have to pay for the shipping cost and CAD exchange at Raymond. Okay, so that's everything up to this level. And then the last item is from Bastion, and I think Bastion, tell me if you guys know this, I think Bastion is like a battle box company, like BattleTech is one of their companies, and this new kind of bushcraft company, I forget what it is, I forget the name of it, but I think BattleTech is or Bastion is one of their companies. So this is a tiny little knife, tiny little folding knife, S35VN steel blade, titanium scales, Tonto. It's called the Gear Tyrant, Tirunt, like TI for titanium. That's what it looks like. Let me get that up for the camera so you can see that. So Bastion gear, tiny little knife, They're saying the value for this is 119 with S35 EN steel blade. I don't know where these are made, if they're US made or what it is, but so yeah, there's a look at that. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this tiny little knife here. Just checking out your comments again. Would you go on a camping trip with a subscriber? Depends on the situation, I'd have to say. Dang it, I think I just cut my hand. No, I didn't, but I definitely scratched it with the tip of the blade when I opened that. So be careful if you get this. You cut yourself, but let's see. Yes, Paul, I will be at SHOT Show. I'm headed out there in a couple days. It's funny, actually, someone just asked about the Exotech Nano Striker. I'm wearing an Exotech shirt tonight, or a sweatshirt. They sent me one of these. Let's see. Can you recommend a good pocket knife that works with a ferro rod? Pocket knife. I mean, yeah, there's tons of pocket knives out there. You got to just get something with a 90-degree angle on your spine. Probably something in the Swiss Army family is a good option, or a multi-tool, because the file you can use. Let's see. How long is the knife? I mean, it's tiny. I'll show you compared to my hand. I mean, it's compared to my finger. Look at the blade. It's like, I mean, it's probably 1.5 inches long blade, end to end. It's probably what's that? 3.5, maybe 4 inches total. Right. So Leather Wave is a good investment. Yeah, I agree. Finwolf has a 90-degree swing. Yeah, Finwolf is a great option. If you guys are looking for like a bushcraft outdoors knife that you can also use everyday carry, cold steel Finwolf, I would definitely recommend. So let's see. 30 degrees here in South Carolina. It's too cold. How about you? Up here, I think it's in the teens tonight. It's going to be like 17 or something, which is pretty chilly. So anyhow, that's a look at the knife, and they're saying the value overall for the whole box is $292, and at this level you're paying $149.99. So let's have a little discussion here. My wife is actually up in Maine tonight, so you may hear her come in because she just texted me a little bit ago and said she's going to be headed down here, coming home. But yeah, so let's talk about this. So what do you guys think about BattleBox and subscription boxes? I've got my opinions, but I'd like to read in the comments what you guys think about them. We've got a lot more light on the screen here. Yeah, so do you subscribe to BattleBox or any other boxes? What do you think about them? Let me give you a real quick background for me. I've worked with BattleBox. I used to work with Spec Ops Global, but they closed down because the guy took another job. I'm still checking out Hunt Vault. Let's see, what else? Never Enough Tactical. I was working with them for maybe like 2 boxes, and then they just didn't send me anymore, which is fine. It was totally cool. And I feel like there was another company that I was working with for a while, but that's at least 4 that I was doing. There were Valor blocks, which were like from the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and they were just not. It was marketing stuff. It was no gear. It was just like an Army sticker, an Army sweatshirt, an Army hat, which I like. With all due respect to all the military, what Valor blocks was doing just didn't have much value. So let me start reading the comments here. Dustin says he wouldn't mind if you could afford them. Yeah. So Dustin, I'd like to hear your comments. Would you pay $25? I mean, if you had $25, would you do that? I get to open my box in 13 days with was a birthday present. KOTM box. Let's see here. A lot of these boxes are gimmicky gadgets. Is it true? Dwayne says he loves his battle box. Gimmicky gadgets. It depends on what you mean. Like, so for example, the last battle box, they sent a blowgun, and it's definitely not a blowgun I'd go hunting with, but it wasn't also a high value item. I don't find that BattleBox has a ton of fillers. I think the biggest challenge for some people is that you got to like the gear that's coming in the box, and someone else is picking it out for you. I don't see a ton of garbage that comes in. There's always items that I'm like, I'm not so big on that one, but yeah, I can sure there's items that have been fillers with BattleBox, but there's not been a ton that I've been like, okay, that's just cheap Chinese junk. It's generally stuff that I'm like, I could see somebody using this even if I can't. So let me just read up on the comments here. They've introduced me to getting, let's see, BattleBox. Let's see here. BattleBox discount on Friday, undervalued, subscriber participation. They've introduced me to some gear I wasn't aware of. Yeah, Heath says that they introduced you to gear, and that's definitely true. I find that I've seen new gear from BattleBox that I never heard of before, not just their companies, but other companies. So that's been a value for me to learn more about gear and companies that I wasn't familiar with. Kanzi asks, is it a monthly subscription? Yeah, so $25, $50, $100, or $150 is what you're paying, and getting more gear depending on how much more you how much more you give. Dustin says, yeah, he'd do it for 25 bucks. I'd like to hear you guys also. Like, if you don't now subscribe to BattleBox, would you subscribe for 25 bucks? Or are you like, no, it's not worth my time? Ian says, I could never justify them. The money for the boxes is more efficiently spent on shoring up holes in preps or training. Let's see what else here. Doesn't matter what box you get. There's always fillers. Yeah, and there are filler items, but I think there's a difference between fillers and just junk. For me, a filler item is like, okay, an item I might not use, or an item I'm like, okay, the value is not as high. But junk is like, for me, it's like when I go to like the town fair and there's the knife table, and I'm like, I would never buy any of those knives. Like, I just wouldn't, because there's way better things out there for the same price. So that's an opinion. Let's see, $100 is good. The knife sometimes scares me. $25 is worth it. Sacrifice my fast food, takeout, and coffee for a day at work. Okay, fair. I pay 25. I think I consider 50, but I don't think I do more than that. Yeah, and one thing that's interesting is that when it comes to like the 150 level, you always get some sort of knife. I think maybe once or twice they give you a multi-tool or like an axe or something like that. But like I've gotten a Tops Bob, which is valued at probably, I think on Amazon you picked it up for 125, let's say. So you're paying 150, you're getting a knife right there for 125. That's like you're guaranteed to come out ahead of the game. There's been ones that they give tents, they give sleeping bags, sleeping pads. I mean, some really nice gear. My wife gave me the okay to subscribe for a box. Could you make a vehicle tour video? Chance, I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, so you have to comment again about that. So I mean, I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on the idea of picking out your own gear versus somebody picking it out for you. Now, you know, when you think about like a magazine subscription, you go to Barnes and Noble, pick up a magazine, it can run you $8. So you're paying 3 times as much for the most basic level here. But you get a magazine, you're like, do you read every single article? And so, you know, 25 bucks a month, are you going to use every single item? Maybe, maybe not. You can try to turn around and sell it. But yeah, for me, I'm kind of like, again, I'm doing it as a review, but as I think about it, you know, so I get the boxes for free, full disclosure. But when I think about buying it, I'm like, well, if I'm exposed to new and different gear, then maybe I'd be willing to do it. I think it would be for me something that if I got gear I didn't like, I'd like to get it. And if I didn't use it, pass it on to somebody else, sell it, give it away, because I just don't want stuff sitting in my house. Let's see. Shop select products on BattleBox Friday discount. I know, i.e. Fuller. He just made knives if he needs them. Again, just catching up on the comments here. Preacher boy Ron P says he didn't like the color of the BattleBox Bob, the Tops Bob that was made specifically for BattleBox. Yeah, it was definitely different. When I got one of my first, or a couple of my first knives from Tops to review, I got a Bob, and I think I got the Kukri from them. Craig over at Tops sent it to me for review, and I originally wanted the tan, but then I just went with the standard tumble finish one. I think that's a nice looking one. Oh, okay. So Chance is asking for a tour of what's in my vehicle. Yeah, I'll give you guys a little insight into what's happening in this upcoming year. For me, let's see. I think I was introduced to the SOG Baton series from your channel. Cool. Thanks for sharing that, Paul. So let me pause and tell you next year and just answer some of these questions as they pop up. What's the most expensive item I've gotten in my boxes? I think it was probably the Tops Bob. There's been some other cool knives, but I think that's probably the most expensive one that I've gotten. And then again, that's one knife, and then you get all the other items. So that value is probably over $300 when I got the Tops Bob. Yeah, $150 a month is not the same as a magazine subscription. Yeah, of course. That's $1,800 a year. That's not really a small ask for things that you might use. No, that's well said. P. Morris, I agree with you. I was saying that my analogy was to say that you get articles in a magazine that you don't read, and you may be like, oh, whatever, just, I'm not going to read it. But you're only out $8 versus you're out 25 or $150. It is a huge difference. So point taken. Wild Pig Hunter Blackout Edition is awesome. Okay, yep. It fits my budget. This is Wood Knock Survival. He gets the advanced box, fits his budget. I usually get the Pro Plus 3 times a year. I've not been disappointed. My next will be the 50 box. Hope that it goes out with the 50th. My wife wants to know, is there a battle box for females? I wouldn't say there's a battle box for females. Is there a subscription box for females that's got outdoor survival, tactical, hiking, hunting gear? Not that I know of. So if anybody knows, let me hear. Permanently banned my wife from Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Okay. Banned by wife. Okay, so he's not allowed to go to Bass Pro and Cabela's anymore by his wife. Enjoy your channel and your reviews. Thanks, Night Rider 0215. My man, Indian Prepper 24/7 from India. Do you have a custom-made knife? This is just like an open Q&A now. Yeah, I've got a bunch of custom knives. I would encourage you guys to check out Redbeard Blades. He used to be J Wolf Cutlery, but he makes some solid stuff. So I was going to say before, let me give you a little hint to next year, because Chance was asking about like a tour of my vehicle. So I don't have anything fancy. The dream truck is a Toyota Tacoma, but I've just got a Honda Civic now. It is geeked out for what it can do. Preacher Boy, I'm just like trying to follow the comments and talk to you guys. Preacher Boy, ask that question in about 5 minutes and I'll get back to you. So what I'm doing next year is that, when I started Everyday Tactical Vids, I wanted to talk about gear and relate it to specific things, not just review gear. So as we go to the new year, I'm going to be doing more reviews, continuing to do reviews. But I'm going to be focused more on kind of teaching and instruction. That's kind of just my natural bent. So I want to talk about, I've got a Everyday Tactical Vids worldview that I'd like to be talking about. So here's what just to give you a sense of what it looks like. It's basically, concentric rings, what it looks like. You throw a pebble into a pond and the rings that come out. So here's what we're going to be doing when we go into the new year. We will continue some gear reviews, but I'm going to be doing the Everyday Tactical Vids worldview in a bunch of different videos. First video will be an overview, and then the next videos will be like this. At the smallest ring in the middle will be about soul level. How you doing taking care of your soul? Because if you got all the gear and all the skills, but your soul is dead, then that's a problem. So you got to deal with the soul. Once you move outside from the soul, then we're talking about knowledge. What do you know? And knowledge is different than skills, because I can know about making a bow drill fire. That's not the same as having the skill to do it. So we deal with the soul, and we'll talk about that. Then we'll deal with knowledge. What are ways you can grow? Then we'll talk about skills. Then we'll talk about everyday carry on my actual person. Then we'll talk about everyday carry bag. Then we'll talk about vehicle gear. Then we'll talk about work gear. And then we'll talk about home. And these are the concentric circles. And so I'm going to walk through those different stages with you, how I think about the soul, the knowledge, the skill, and then moving on to what's everyday carry items, up to my bag that I carry, up to the car, to what I have at work, and then what I have in my house, just for preparations for everyday life, for bad storms, things like that. So that's kind of where we're going. And just to give you a sense, to give you an example of like everyday carry, people are going to be like, okay, flashlight, knife, I don't know, whatever, a fire starter on your keychain. But let me give you an example. Like, I want to press down to the deeper details, which is like, when you carry a flashlight, do you carry it strong side or weak side? I'm right-handed, so my strong side is flashlight. Where do I usually carry my right-hand pocket? My knife. Why? Well, because I want to take my knife out, cut boxes and stuff. In a situation that needs light or that needs self-defense really quickly, am I going to go for my knife or my flashlight? Flashlight all day long. So I've been thinking to myself, maybe I should start switching and carrying my knife left side, because I don't draw that out quickly to cut boxes. I can take it out and open it. But my flashlight right side, so I can have it ready for shining in the dark, self-defense. Somebody's coming at me when I'm out at the mall, boom, get this in their eyes, that type of situation. So I want us to think a little bit more deeply, not just like, what are the coolest everyday carry items? What is actually practical? And this goes back to the whole idea that at the core of this whole thing is that when I started Everyday Tactical Vids, it says thinking tactically, living purposefully. And so the idea of tactically is that if you look up some of the definitions of tactical, a lot of it has to do with SWAT teams and law enforcement, that type of stuff. That's a piece of it. But a tactic, or being tactical, is to gain an advantage. And so how do you gain an advantage in everyday life? Everyday Tactical Vids. The videos are about how to gain an advantage in everyday life. So I'll give you a simple one. When you're driving in the car, if you saw an accident or got into an accident and you called 911, could you know right then to say, here's where I am? Or would you say, I'm on this road, I'm on Route 95 somewhere north of Portland, Maine? That's not super helpful. If you're like, I just passed mile marker 422, I'm on the northbound side, I'm in an accident, can you come help? That's actual, to have that skill set of awareness can help you if life goes sideways, right? I came across a car accident. Car in front of me one day was driving. This lady rear-ended this big truck. Her airbag deployed. She was just sitting there kind of in shock. I got out, checked if she was okay. She was. Somebody called the police. I got out with my little dinky, had a 511, little dinky 511 flashlight, and was like directing the cars around until the police came. But that was a moment when I was like, oh, I have reflective gear, but it was in the back seat and in a bag, and I couldn't get it quickly. And so I'm like, I'm not going to crawl into the car and spend 3 minutes doing that. I need to have it, boom, immediately accessible. So I changed my system. Now I have my reflective stuff immediately accessible. I can throw it on and get out and help direct traffic if a situation popped up. So that's where we're going next year. I'm just letting you know about that. As far as everyday tactical vids and what we're trying to do and what we're trying to push forward to is not just cool gear, but it's cool gear that actually helps, right? So, and again, not, I'm going to push back kindly, but nonetheless, I'm going to push back against this idea of bugging out. Like, I'm going to grab my kids, grab my family, run to the woods and live there for 6 months. Nope, not really what we're going for. Like, in a situation like where I live in the seacoast of New Hampshire, there's a power plant, a nuclear power plant that's not too far away. If that thing went on the fritz, my thing would be get the stuff I need, get the kids a car, and get out of here. And I wouldn't be saying, let's go live in the woods. I'd be like, let's just get on the highway and get away from all the junk that's coming out. So that's what I'll just throw out to you, like real practical steps if something really went sideways. Out in California, there's fires, there's hurricanes in the south, there's tornadoes, the real stuff that could really affect your life. Are you prepared for that? Not the zombie apocalypse. Don't even get me started with the zombie apocalypse. So there's my little kind of sermon there. Let's see. Flashlight is weak side for me, but I use it enough that it's become muscle memory for me now. Good. P. Morris. Good, man. That's good. I met with Travis Haley. If you guys know him from Haley Strategic, I met with him probably 4 SHOT shows ago and interviewed him. And he just asked the question, can people even open their knife with their weak hand? Because if you're in a car accident, this hand's pinned, can you get your knife out to cut your seatbelt, to cut yourself out? If you can't, then that's a bad situation. So, going back to the topic of the battle boxes, people are saying I would do a couple a year, maybe. Some boxes have quarterly options. That's true. Let's say $300 a year plus shipping for 12 months is a lot for battle boxes. Let's see. Never heard of Rate Club. It's supposed to be Crate Club. Yeah, that Crate Club. That's another company I worked with from Hurricane. I think it's Hurricane Productions or the Hurricane Company. Yep, Crate Club. Left-handed here too. Sounds good. I'll have a look into that. Thanks. Can I give you money? Chance. Why would you want to give me money? What's going on, man? Just giving away money. Interesting. Okay. So that's kind of you. That's kind of random to be just handing me money. So left-handed here, Spyderco Yojimbo 2 in back pocket. Yeah, I think the Yojimbo is a cool looking knife. I'd like to get it with the black blade and the tan handle, but I think Blade HQ is all sold out. So let's see, a couple other things to let you guys know about. So hang on, that's my mother-in-law sending me a text because she's going to be helping out when my wife's out of town. But so let's see, BattleBox we've been talking about. Yeah, I'm going to keep reading your thoughts, and I can tell you that BattleBox and I are in conversations about different things. So they'll probably be checking this out to hear your thoughts on on their monthly boxes and what you like about them, what you don't like, changes you'd make, things like that. So let's see, out at 35 minutes and going strong. Yeah, I've been going for a while, huh? Out at SHOT Show, a couple things I'll be doing. A couple companies I'll be going to, just so you know. Benchmade, I'll be over there. I always go visit them. Let's see. Joseph, yes, I'll be doing survival outings. Okay, so let me say this. My wife's coming with me this year to SHOT Show 2019, which is cool. So my mother-in-law is coming to watch the kids. My wife and I are going out, so you may see her in some videos, just helping out with stuff. Get there before the show starts, and we're gonna go out to the desert, and I'm gonna shoot a video with an SE survival kit that is theirs and one that I built. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a video. So that's a video. I'm gonna be working with Olight. They're sponsoring my trip, so you'll see videos from them. Leatherman. I always go to Tops. I always go to CRKT. Benchmade. I don't often go to Spyderco. I went the first year I went and haven't gone since. But we'll see. We'll figure that out. I will be going to Mora. I'm just seeing a Dave Canterbury question here. I'll be going to excuse me, I'll be going to the Mora booth the first day. I'll be going to Maxpedition. I'll be going to VanQuest. I'm trying to think of some other companies. Maybe Vertex. Check them out as well. I'm trying to think of some other companies. I got invited by Zippo and Case, and I thought I might go, but we'll see. I'm just reading these comments. Adam Wilson, can't wait for the new videos. Just got my Tops Kukri. Love it. Great review. So thank you for that. Can't wait for the SHOT Show videos again. Thank you. Yeah. I mean that. Abraham, thanks for the blessings, brother. Same to you. That Kukri video was a lot of fun to make. I went out and kind of put it through a scenario, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a lost hiker scenario with this SE survival kit out in the desert. And if you guys know me, I'm from the East Coast. I spent a lot of time in the Adirondacks, in New England, in the woods and stuff. But desert is totally new for me. So I've been doing some research to make sure I know what I'm doing that I'm safe when I'm out there, especially with the wife. I want to make sure she's safe. So those are a bunch of the companies I'll be checking out. Let's hear from you guys if there's any particular companies that you want me to check out. Ask Tops if they would make custom scales for Brachimo Black. Black would be cool for the Brachimo. I have a Brachimo and I love it. I usually check out PowerTac as well. Hang out with those guys for a bit. Flashlight company. I'm trying to think of any other flashlight companies. I can check out the Dave Canterbury box, the Bushcraft box. Mora. Dave works with Mora. Mora is actually put out by Industrial Revolution. They're the U.S.-based company that sells Mora. Is the distribution company, I think, for Mora. And Dave's always down at that booth, and he'll do a little seminar, so I'll probably check it out as well. Yes, I still have my SE Hungless, one of my favorite knives, probably top 5. That's a great knife. I put a big ding in the blade, so I got to get that thing sharpened up. But so those are some companies I'll be seeing while I'm out there. Marty from Budget Bug Out, I'm pretty sure he's coming. Craig from the Nature Reliance School, who I actually roomed with last year, he is not coming this year, but I'll be hanging out with David from Ultimate Survival Tips. He and I are buddies. We're going to be grabbing some dinner with Ben from Blade HQ, catching up with him. There's a chance on Thursday, I'm going to talk to Blade HQ tomorrow, but there's a chance on Thursday I'm going to do an urban survival video with Blade HQ. So that'll be cool if that thing actually comes together. That'll just be kind of things to be aware of in an urban situation. A couple of years ago, David from Ultimate Survival Tips and I roomed together, and then walked to the convention center, which was fine during the day, but it was a shady neighborhood, so we took cabs home at night because we didn't want to walk. So there's an urban survival thing right there. Let's see, Gideon's Tactical. I don't know if Aaron from Gideon's Tactical is coming. Why don't we text him right now and ask? Let's see. It's 10:43 here, so it's like 2 hours earlier. Text Aaron. Hey, I'm not done, Siri. Hang on. Text Aaron.
What do you want to say?
No, not that Aaron. All right. Let's do this. We're going to text Aaron from Gideon's Tactical right here. Aaron. Let's see here. Hey, bro, period. I'm doing a live stream on YouTube, and people want to know if you're coming to SHOT Show, period. Let me know, period. I'll let you know when he gets back to me. Somebody just mentioned Condor. I'll definitely go over to the Condor booth, connect with Joe. I did a video on the Headstrong pretty recently. It's a little compact knife, and I'm going to ask him some questions about it, get some feedback on it. White River Knives. Yes, I'm going to go to them. They have a cool knife called the Ursus. It's like a big, hefty, kind of like a sleeker version. It's kind of like between a BK2 from K-Bar and an SE6. And I'm going to go over and see if I can score one of those eventually to do a review on. Check out Sokoa and SE Survival Kits. Sokoa, I've checked out some of their gear. They make good quality gear. Sokoa, I think, actually works with Hill People gear, they make excellent gear too. I'll probably go shoot a video with them as well, chat with them a little bit. Let's see, Jay Combs. Yeah, Aaron got you into my channel. School. Yeah, a lot of people. I'd like to hear from you guys as you're watching this. Let's see. As you're watching this, I'm just kind of catching up in the comments again. So I like to hear other YouTubers that you guys watch. Who are people that you're paying attention to, YouTubers you're watching? Brian from Survival on Purpose. He's another guy who'll be at SHOT Show. Usually see him every year and hang out with him a little bit. There's lots of guys out there. Late Boy Scout will be there. I've seen him less on YouTube recently, but he'll likely be there. Trying trying to think of some other ones. As I'm thinking about Brian from Survival on Purpose, he usually checks out the a pocket box every once in a while. So that's another box you could check out. Urban Prepper, Dynamic Prepper. I don't know those guys personally, but you guys watch them apparently. Urban Prepper seems like a super nice go. Dynamic Prepper, I don't know as much. I have not seen Urban Prepper or Dynamic Prepper at SHOT Show. I have seen Wingman 115. He's a nice dude. He'll probably be out there. Cutlery Lover, I saw at Blade Show a handful of years ago, but have not seen him. Since. Drop Forge Survival. Why am I blanking on Drop Forge Survival's name right now? I can't remember his name right now, but I don't know if he's coming to SHOT Show. He's been doing a lot of outdoor stuff, which is cool, but we'll see if he comes to SHOT Show and joins us out there and hangs out. Let's see, Chris from Drop Forge Survival. That's right, yeah. So he and Fowler just did some stuff together on a 30-day survival thing. Fowler from Alone, I usually see him at Blade Show. I've seen him a couple times. I don't think I've seen him at SHOT Show. We'll see if that's the case. Do you know Kayla Cummings in New Hampshire? No, I don't. I don't think she's from New Hampshire. I think she's from down south somewhere, man. Chris from Prepared by 101. He's another guy. He was sponsored by Olight last year, and I don't know if he's coming this year. I haven't seen him mention anything on his channel or his social media stuff, so we'll see. We'll see what that looks like as far as him coming. Equipped to Endure. I think his name is Adam. I don't know him personally, but I haven't seen him do stuff in a while. Maybe he's still doing it, but I have not seen it. Let's see. There's a couple other companies I'm thinking of. I'm just like imagine myself walking through the various areas of SHOT Show. Pantac was a company I worked with a couple years ago. They had it was called the Slingshot bag. It was a messenger bag that you could whip around front and then you could draw a weapon from. Made a really cool bag. I don't know if they're even doing that anymore, but that's definitely something to check out. Let's see here. I usually bump into Nothing Fancy at sometimes. There's nothing antisocial at SHOT Show. He's been nice to me. I bumped into him at CRKT, and then I usually go to the Browning booth and see Jared Wahangi, who does all their tactical stuff and knives. He's a nice guy. I don't really have a relationship with him. We just see each other twice a year, once at Blade Show and once at SHOT Show. So I'm looking over here at my phone. Aaron is texting me back, Aaron from Gideon's Tactical. Black Scout Survival, I don't know if he's going. I've not seen him at SHOT Show. I've seen him at Blade Show, but I don't know if he goes to SHOT Show. I texted my wife a little bit ago and said, hey, just when you come and try to be quiet because I'm going to be working on a live stream. And I think she backed into the parking lot, into the driveway out here, and she's just sitting out in the car, probably, texting on her phone and messing around because she doesn't want to disturb me. So maybe I'll text her. But all right, let's see. No, I won't be going this year. Just too much stuff with work and family. Okay, man, period. We will miss you, as will the people who are asking from the live feed, period. So yeah, we're wrapping up here. Speaking of my bride, she just came in, so she'll be joining us out at SHOT Show 2019. Looks like Aaron's not going. David will be there for Ultimate Survival Tips. I think his wife's coming too. So we'll hang out with those guys. Scrambled O and Joe Robinet. Yep, I like those guys. They're not SHOT Show people necessarily, but they are definitely dudes on YouTube. Joe Robinet crossed 1 million subscribers, which is totally nuts. So anyhow, yeah, I wanted to start this video just talking about the I'm just reading the comments here. 43 minutes in live chat. Is that long? Is that 43 minutes long for a live chat? I don't know. Like I said, I've never done a YouTube live stream before. So anyhow, just kind of chatting it up at this point. But do see you later. Let's see. Church live stream. Preacher Boy asks, yeah, if you guys are interested in any of that, so as you guys know, I'm a pastor full time. If you've watched the channel, if you're interested, you can check out 2 different YouTube channels. One is actually Aaron just signed on, said I'll miss hanging out with you, Tim. So yeah, we'll miss you too, Aaron. We'll see you hopefully maybe Blade Show or SHOT Show next year. So yeah, my church YouTube channel is there's 2. I have one that I run for my own personal blog. You can get on into YouTube and look for Calcium Inferno. Calcium like milk, Inferno like fire. Calcium Inferno. And you subscribe to that. And then you can follow our church page if you want. It's Bethany Church, Kittery Point, Kittery Point. And then the main YouTube channel for our church is Bethany Church, New Hampshire. Bethany Church NH, and you can follow. Am I prepping for the return of Jesus? Yeah, I'm always prepping for Jesus. I'm not building bunkers, but I'm telling people about Jesus and I'm following Jesus. That's how I'm prepping for his return. So that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Pew Pew Trek put it, the PMP prep box. Yeah, he sent me one to check out. Took me a while to get to. And then he didn't send me any others, which is fine. He's definitely starting out, but he seems to have a good sense of non-fillers and gives good quality products when he does stuff. So that's cool. So yeah, so that's kind of that's the situation. We're going to wrap up here, and appreciate you guys' comments. If you're watching after the fact, feel free to leave comments because I'll come back and check them out. But Dwayne signing off, Joseph signing off. Joseph, you're from New Hampshire, I guess, huh? Where you live in New Hampshire? If you're still here, if you haven't signed off, let us know about that. All right, one final answer. Where does the word amen where does the word amen originate from? In the original language, which I want to say is actually, I think it's Aramaic, not Greek, but the word is amen, amen, which means true, true. It's basically saying, may this come true. So that's why at the end of a prayer, when you say amen, you're saying, God, let this be true. That's also why when Jesus spoke, he started by saying, amen, amen. And then he would talk because he was like, I'm Jesus. What I say comes true. So little theological facts for you there tonight. So, all right, Joseph, Newton, New Hampshire. Cool. Thanks for signing on. Thanks for checking things out. We're wrapping up here. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you soon. Take care.